Erin, Leticia.
Hey there.
Welcome, everybody. It's Wins and Wows. Who's excited? Y'all aren't winning and wowing yet. Better win and wow. Put some win and wow comments in the comments. Let's do this thing. All right. Amy Jo, go.
Awesome. Well, hey guys, I'm Amy Ibarra, and I'm so excited to have you guys on our call tonight. We get together to celebrate the impact that we are making in health and wellness around the world with Team Mini Champions. So, Mary, what does a champion stand for?
Somebody that stands in the gap for others. And sometimes you do it when they don't even know. And sometimes because we do it so much, we don't even realize we're doing it. How about that?
That is so true.
And the company has added to our mission statement to build stable and lasting company. And I add to build stable and lasting families that can help as many family teams that can help as many people as possible realize their dreams. Oh, that rhymes. Awesome. Family teams realize their dreams. Anyway, thank you for laughing, Amy. Anyway, they have added a little something to do it with more people, more often, in more places. So that's what we want to do, more often, more people, in more places. So I just want to thank you all for showing up tonight to talk about this and talk about our accomplishments in the last few months. And I want to know if there's any new people on the Zoom tonight, people that have never been on our Zoom before. Heather. Okay, Heather, awesome. So excited. Who invited you tonight?
Amy.
And Heather, where do you call home?
St. James, Missouri.
St. James. St. James?
That's where I grew up, Mary.
Where's that?
It's on the interstate when you go to St. Charles to Branson. It's on I-44.
It's by me. I live in Branson now. So awesome, Heather. Let's see, what else was I supposed to ask you? That's it for right now, but I have more questions later. All right. Anybody else, family members, any partners who would never have attended before? It's been a really long time.
I think everybody else has been on recently.
Okay. All right. Well, this is the section where I'm supposed to tell a story, but the story I have to tell you is that I had a headache all afternoon, so I couldn't think of a story. But I'm going to put Serrana Irvin on the spot because she, I know, has a story because she just went to one of the best boot camps that you can go for to Juice Plus. Heather, boot camps are weekend retreats that we do for Juice Plus, and you're never the same when you go after you return. So Serrana was a Virgin Pageant boot camp attender, and so tell us a story about that, Serrana.
Well, it was awesome. I learned lots about pageant boot camp, including it was the first boot camp. They started the boot camp process, and Lisa and Bobby Pageant are a wonderful host, and their property, it's like 610 acres, and it was just gorgeous. But all of the trainings were wonderful, but I was sharing with Mary coming home yesterday, one that kind of stood out that I felt like would be very beneficial for me, because I feel like my biggest lack right now is consistency in each day. You know, my daily method of operation needs to be much more intense and consistent. So Susie Llewellyn shared her talk was called Ignite Your Impact 15 Minutes at a Time. And she talked about in order to do that, we have to create standards, and standards, our rituals drive those standards. And she talked about there's a sheet that they're actually going to forward to us, and I'll share with our team, but it has little blocks that represent 15-minute increments. There's 40 blocks on the sheet, and that's to represent 10 hours a week. Now, you can modify it however you want if you don't have 10 hours, but we find that a lot of people really do have 10 hours if they're doing 10, 15-minute increments of activity. And so then you jot down what you've done, but it's only income producing activity. It's not your personal development. It's, it's not reading a Jim Rohn book. It's actually doing ad tag messaging. It's, calling people, calling your customers, following up. If you actually are doing an in-home presentation and it takes an hour, that's 4 blocks of your 15-minute spots. So that's what goes in there. And as soon as I get the more details, I'll share it. But I think it'll be a good tool. And they have one for people who have team and customers and all of that, because it gives you ideas of what to do. And then it has one for brand new people, because they're not going to have team and customers and all of that right out of the gate. So it was really good. Was wishing all of you all was there, because nobody I knew, I mean, I knew people, but not like I know you all. So they said we could come back, but not without more people. So we'll have to gather some to go.
Awesome. And that did make me think of a story quickly. And that is when I was getting on the years I got to NMD, I got there pretty much without a cell phone, certainly without texting. And I think I had 4 or 5 phones. And by the time that time came, I had cordless phones. And so the batteries went out. So that's what they would always tell me. If your batteries and all your phones were dead, by the end of the day, you knew you were going to be a national marketing director. So that's my story. So now we can do 15-minute time blocks on our cell phone. Of course, you only have usually one cell phone, and you got to keep that charged too. Yes, ma'am.
I have one other thing. I thought this was kind of fun. Have you all, when you're like doing, especially a text blitz or anything like that, and you're looking down through your list of people who are friends, either on Messenger or your iPhone address book, and you're like, Mary Shear, how do I know I don't know how I met her. Has anyone ever came across a name and you're like, I don't know where they came from? She actually said, use that as one of your contacts, saying, forgive me, but I really don't, can you remind me how we met? And she said, that will get a conversation going too. So.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Okay. So Amy, the next thing I'm supposed to do is talk about our pay line in September business, because I didn't share this last month. We had $267,909, and in October, $281,375. So we are on the right track, going the right direction, sharing with more people, more places, and more often. Our customers this month were 4,079, and our partners this month were 593. I have a personal team goal. That's kind of a oxymoron, isn't it? I can't have a personal team goal. So I need y'all to lean in and listen, because here it is. I'd love to have 10,000 customers in our pay line on our teams together. Not me. I got plenty of customers already, but I got to take good care of them and get them to be their own customer. But 10,000. So we're not quite halfway there. So I'll keep you posted. Anybody on my page?
So Mary, what does that mean to you to have 10,000?
Thank you. When I was in St. Charles, there's an arena in St. Charles called the Family Arena. And it seats, I think, Steve, if I'm correct, 10,000 people. Is that right? And so I just remember the first time I went in there, I was already in the business of Juice Plus, and I looked around, I'm like, and it was full. And I'm like, oh, what if everybody on here was on our team? What if everybody in here, 10,000 people? What if this little bitty section with, 70 people was my personal section, but we had everybody with a personal section that big, and all together we had 10,000 people in the stadium. So I just thought that was cool. Super.
I like it. So can I go off script and ask a real vulnerable question of Steve Shear? Steve, when Mary first joined the business, and many of us know you weren't completely on board, and she was to tell you she wanted 10,000 people's lives changed. I know my life has been changed because of Steve and Mary. My family's health improved. Steve, how do you feel about that, hearing 10,000 now?
It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Aren't you
And I know
glad
we're
she
gonna get
proved
there.
you wrong?
Yeah, this is a great way to get proved wrong, believe me.
It is. It is. I'm super excited for our team. I know that we can do it. You and Mary have came a long way. And look at all the people on here. I mean, every one of us is a champion and we've changed lives and impact them in so many ways. So I'm on board, Mary.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I wanted to tell you how many $100 earners there are on our team, $100 or more earners. I do know we have a new $5,000 earner on our team. So now we got 4. I think we might have close to 5. So we're getting there, because here's what I say to people. If you can make $100 a month, you can make 2. If you can make 200, you can make 5. If you can make 500, now you know how to grow a team a little bit. You can make 1,000. And if you can make 1,000, you can make 5, 10, et cetera, because it's a matter of duplication. That's what it is. After you get your customer base, it's a matter of duplication. So Eric Worre calls it super duplication. So just know that behind the scenes, Allison Porter, Leah Sheeter, and myself are working diligently on this campaign for Project Broadcast. So in addition to ad tag and message, which is a system, Project Broadcast is also a system. And we're working diligently to get those campaigns finished so that not only will they make sense and be beautiful, but they actually will help you to cause duplication. So that's the earnings section. And then this month, we went from 51 qualifiers in September to 54 family businesses qualified in October. And we have, I believe, 14 POB qualified families. That adds an extra 3% on your team for the PB and another extra 3% in POB once you start promoting out sales coordinators on your sales coordinator teams. The PB qualification in my paycheck, which is I don't make $1 million, but I make pretty good money, is 85% of my paycheck. So that's why that QSC position with a qualified business, we call that qualified core rank, is so important. We want to honor that in people. Did we have any of those this month? New qualified core rank people?
Zane Wilson on my team was a new.
Oh, you want to talk about that, Jeanette? Want to talk about what you're doing there? Not a lot of detail, but you've got a whole leg that you're building, a family leg.
Yeah, Alexandria, which is my 21-year-old, is a leg, and then Zane is underneath her. So it's been fun kind of just getting more of his teammates. He's an athlete, so getting more of his teammates, families excited about Juice Plus, and we're really excited about what's going to happen with Perform as well.
Yes, and I just want to just congratulate Jeanette. She's always been one of those people that has like the biggest customer base, and because she's knocking on the door of NMD, I really do expect her team to, I probably shouldn't say anything, so I won't, but I do see it. I see it. It's the light. I see the light. Anyway, she, at that point, when you've got a really healthy customer base and a very healthy structure to your business, to build a family leg, is the company lets you double dip. It's super. But don't do it until you can already manage your own PB and POB leg business. So talk to your sponsor about that. Thank you, Jeanette. Awesome. Anybody else have a qualified core rank person on your team?
Mary, Chelsea Bauman, which is under Shelby Ross.
Yes.
She qualified for the first time, but she couldn't be on tonight.
Can you talk about her for a minute? We're just going to talk about people tonight, I guess.
So Chelsea, what do you want me to say about her, Mary? Or how she got there?
I mean, if she was on, what do you think she'd say? What kind of tip would she give?
Chelsea would probably, well, she had a couple pay in full orders. That's kind of, she got a few new orders and a couple pay in full orders that pushed her over the top. But now she sees the possibilities and what you could have if she continues to stay qualified. So she's open to learning about adding some more people and then encouraging those people to become 4-month installment people. So,
Yes.
and
So,
Chelsea's familiar with, she's done some other network marketing. So she's familiar with goals and stuff like that.
I know, I snagged the cutest picture off of Facebook of her. So, I just want to shout out for Jennifer, because she is the queen of the numbers. She knows exactly where her people are. She knows exactly what they need. And so I love that. So maybe at some point we can have you teach some of that to people. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate that. Anybody else have somebody? Amy, you have a new person on. She's not qualified core rank, but you want to say something about her and then we'll hear from Heather. How about that?
I do. I am so excited to have Heather on the call tonight. She lives where I grew up, and she has a tremendous health story. Something very similar to my life, and what you guys have heard is, just something happens in our life and we go, aha, and we stop and we look and make a big change. So I'm really proud of her, of what she's done in her life, and so excited to have her in the community. So Heather, will you share with them where you're at, your background, and a little bit about your family?
Okay. I'm here in St. James, Missouri, and I took Juice Plus probably, oh gosh, it's been quite a while, several years back. And then I had quit. Last year I had breast cancer, and then it got caught early. I truly could be a poster child for getting a mammogram. So I was very lucky. I got caught at stage 1. I did have to have a full hysterectomy afterwards. They talked to me about the chances, make sure I'm doing what I can for heart health and preventing strokes and different stuff like that, since I went into instant menopause. So I contacted Amy, and I wanted to go on the omegas to start to help with like the heart health. And then the more I kind of saw her on Facebook and sending me personal messages and stuff, it kind of inspired me. And I'm going to get on the other capsules as well. And so I reached out to her and became a partner. And so I'm excited to try to get going. And we have 3 boys, 2 are my stepsons, and then 1, Gavin, he's from me and my husband. So he's the only one here in the house right now. He's 14. Cody, he's in Florida welding right now. So it's been interesting the last year, because with COVID, Cody was one of the kids that was a senior during all of that. So that was interesting to watch how graduation played out and everything with that. But that's me pretty much in a nutshell.
Awesome. Thank you for being on tonight, Heather. I cannot wait for you to meet my family, which is on here, all in person. You'll get to see them one day and you'll love them as much as I do. So, all right, Mary.
Yeah, I just want to highlight a few people, since I didn't get all my homework done that I was supposed to do, and maybe I wasn't supposed to do it tonight. Allison, you want to talk to us about you and your team? I think Terry and Pam and Kadation, Jennifer had a special event was it last week or the week before last?
Yes, I don't know when it was. I think it was a week and a half ago, and it was really awesome. We hosted a customer appreciation, and what I did was research how to have one, because I hadn't. I talked to the girls, you ladies who have had one before, and what I found was a customer appreciation is meant to appreciate your customers and not really to be selling or anything like that. So we did sampling of products, we did food and drinks, and had a really nice atmosphere for them to just relax. I felt relaxed in there, mingle. We made a lot of connections. We had a lot of people asking questions, wanting to try different things, wanting to, people brought friends. So it was really, really nice. And I am definitely going to continue to do that every year. So I thought it was a great time, November, to be grateful for, show our appreciation. So thank you for you that came, brought your customers, and helped with that. And is this a good time for me to recognize a couple new promotions on our team?
Sure.
Okay. So we have 2 new partner pluses, and neither of them could be on tonight. In fact, one of them I just checked earlier today and she hadn't been approved. And then right when we started the call, I checked and she had been approved. And that's Kayla Young. So she doesn't even know it yet. She's teaching a yoga class right now. And the other one is my friend Angie Shoup from the kids' school. Our kids go to school together, and she was at the same concert I was tonight. So she was just getting home with her 4 little ones to get them all ready for bed. So I wanted to congratulate both of them on Partner Plus. I'm really excited about some of the new ways we're duplicating, moving people through at their pace, but helping them be a little bit more autonomous. Does that mean working at their own pace? Because that's what I mean to say. But also us working with them, but it doesn't take away from us so much of, where they have to wait for us to respond and things like that. So excited about trying some really new things out. It seems to be working. And so yeah, we have some exciting stuff happening on Team Titanium.
Awesome. So Terry Schultz and I, and actually Lindsay Mooney, I wish Lindsay was on too, did a Girlfriends with Business Benefits. Did you want to talk about that, Terry? That was a cool event.
Yeah, that was. We have been trying to solidify a group for about 6 months, and I think we might have had liftoff now. I'm pretty excited about that. So we filled the table. I think maybe 12 people were there. Mm-hmm. And so lots of good connections. And I feel like I've gotten the invitation to follow up in a more personal way with several of them. So pretty excited about that. And they're asking when the next meeting is. So
yes. And we also have a Facebook page we haven't been super active on, but we're using that too because we're trying to duplicate it. So you'll be hearing more about that, I think, because it's a version of really. I just am so excited when women in business can get together, and they don't all have to be Juice Plus people. In fact, we'd like to, but I don't want to pay $100 a month or $50 a month, whatever and then feel like I have another job. So this is just for fun, and we've got a core group, so we're excited about that.
And just for fun, did you tell them our name?
Girlfriends with Business Benefits. So I think it's hilarious, but
I do too.
Anyway, so thank you, Terry, for partnering and with that. A couple of you are working with people getting to their QSC. You guys took your pictures off because you didn't know I was going to ask you a question. But right, Sarana, I ask questions. You better turn your picture. So Lisa Rottler, tell us about your girl. She's not there yet, and then Vicky's got a girl too.
Oh, Elena?
Yes.
Is she's pardon me?
Somebody's not muted. Here we go. Go ahead.
Okay, so Elena got her Partner Plus, and she's working towards her QSC, and she's super excited. She's like, before I even called to chat with her about it, she's like, okay, so this day we're going to do this, and this day, and I have all these people. And
she was my little salsa partner at the
yes
party.
Yeah.
Cute.
So she's just a joy to work with and super fun, and she just helps people.
Where's she from?
Continually.
Yes. Where's she from?
Well, she was from Russia.
Yeah. So her name's Elena with an E, and she's all over Facebook. So if y'all follow her, you can check her out. So Vicky's got a girl too. Vicky, tell us about your girl that's working on QSC that got to Partner Plus.
Yeah, her name's Stephanie Chico, and she's super busy. She coaches a couple of teams. She's also a PE teacher and has a great family. And yeah, we're going to put together an event for her so she can complete QSC. So I'm super excited. She's so busy, and she's not a Facebook person. That's my hiccup.
But
I'm probably not going to convert her.
No, we tried.
Yeah.
But but remember, you know, the system of ad tag and message can be applied other ways. And also we do have project broadcasts. So,
Yeah.
so that because, you know, the system of how we talk to people has changed for sure. For sure. Lisa Maddock, you said something super interesting on the call earlier tonight. We were on we have a group called The Collective. So if you have a qualified business, that is your leg in. So if you didn't get an invitation or got an invitation, but you can't decide, I'm telling you, it's the place to be. I've got the recording ready, but you said something that really got my attention on that call about a 5-year plan. So not a lot of information, but just tell us a little bit about what made you do that.
Yeah, well, I've been on this journey of trying to figure out where I'm going and what I'm doing for a couple of years now. And just, I think it was just this last conference. I just left, you know, I've got 2 kids that moved out already. So I've got 2 at home and 2 gone. And so that new seasonal change of just like, okay, I have 5 years and I'm going to be 50. And I remember the dream of having all my little people up on stage and me being an NMD. And that's like, I've got college graduates now. So like, I don't know. It was something birthed in me I'm a Christian. So it was from the Holy Spirit that was like, okay, this is scary. And this like, oh, and it kind of gives me a little bit like, oh, but 5 years and I'm just going to do whatever I need to do to make it happen. And I feel like the Lord has done a good foundational work in me. Like the internal work has been done. And so I feel like it's time. It's time to make this happen for my family. And I want to see significant changes in 5 years. Like I want to see massive growth and change on like every single level. Like the waiting has been done. I've been waiting for years. I've been waiting. And now I just feel like something shifted in me. And it was very simple, but it was very bit like kind of like a decision. Like when you decide to do this, you know, like you just draw that line in the sand and you're like, that's it. Like I'm not turning back and I'm just going to do this. So I'm just all in. I'm just going to dig in and do what I've been doing, the activity I've been doing, but dig in deeper.
I love it. Thank you.
Me.
I appreciate you letting me say it ask you at the last minute and put you on the spot. I'd love to put a few more people on the spot. We're almost out of time, but I feel like I need to hear something from Kathy Menz because she was on the collective call tonight. And I want to know if anything stood out for you.
Well, I actually wasn't on that call.
Oh, I thought I saw you. Oh, no, you weren't, were you?
No.
Darn.
I'm going to catch the next one, Mary. I'm just still so balls to the wall here with my business. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'll be there.
Apologize. I really put you on the spot. Well, tell me. Well,
Mary, she has a promotion she needs to talk about.
Oh my gosh, Kathy. Okay. Do
it. Well, go ahead, Amy.
Well, okay. So I was going to say, you're going to talk about a Partner Plus. One thing, I don't know if we mentioned earlier, since we do have some new people on here, what a Partner Plus is. The easiest way to explain that is 3 of our fruits, veggies, and berries, 3 of those orders. So somebody at that. And then when we were talking about QSE, it's as simple as 12 orders of the fruits, veggies, and berries. So Kathy, who are we celebrating?
We're celebrating Ashley Sire. And she joined as a Tower Garden customer only. And it was over a year. She came back and said, hey, I'm pregnant. I want to get on Juice Plus. And I was like, you made a good choice. She said, I don't want to do prenatal vitamins. And I said, you made the right choice. So this is her prenatal vitamin and she's rocking pregnancy. She got her sister to make another order and she made Partner Plus, by golly. So I'm so proud of her.
That is so awesome.
I know.
Ashley.
Yeah.
That is so great. I knew I was supposed to ask you something and I thought it was something else, but that was it. Thank you, Amy, for having my back. And we got you, Kathy. We got
Thanks,
you.
Mary.
Awesome. We got you anytime, anywhere, babe. Okay, a couple people didn't get to talk. Karen Mesereau, you got something for us? Something exciting, something fun, something, anything new?
Well, I don't know how many of you guys are doing the perform challenge for our Facebook stories. But if it's probably not too late to hop on that have but I have been posting on my either Facebook or Instagram stories each day, and have several pictures that I've gotten taken ready to post the next few days, and because then our names go in a drawing for $50 from Mary. So I'm excited about that, and looking forward to the buzz that this is creating, and hoping that there'll be some people who will want to get started as soon as Perform is open for anybody to purchase next month. So.
I love that you said that. And for those of you on Instagram, I think it was on Instagram, Jill Wagner, Authentically Jill. If you look, I don't think it was her story. I think it was a regular post, an Instagram reel. She does music and words in the background. She's actually offering people a way to put their order in advance. I love how she does that. I don't know how to do Instagram reels, but she used people on her team, and she put all these pictures together and music, and then some kind of computerized voice says the words. So go check her out, Authentically Jill on Instagram. She does a really good job. Follow her. Anybody else have something fun? Leticia, you got something to do? I'm going to make everybody show their picture. Leticia, you got anything for us, babe?
You're going to make me show my picture or my video, because my picture was up.
I meant your video. I meant you.
What?
what
Yeah, so I guess I'm enjoying the performance, still trying to figure out how it's best for me to take. Because when I go to a 5:30 a.m. class, like I don't have time to drink it. I guess there's a time frame, like more than an hour or two. I don't know. And I just shake it up. So I don't know.
You ran in a race the other day. Did you use it after you ran?
I did a little bit before, and then that was when Jeanette says, yeah, you should have it so much more before. And I'm like, oh, here I was drinking it on my way over there.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. It's just within the hour, like within an hour. I think it's pretty much like the complete, because I guess I drank mine an hour before. So, but I don't think you have to have a whole hour before, because it quickly absorbs just like the complete does.
Yeah. So, I mean, what I have been doing is, like, in my super early classes, I'll drink like half of it and then drink the other half after, just with macadamia milk and some water. So I'm still trying to figure it out.
Awesome.
But it makes me hungry still, which I thought maybe it wouldn't, but.
Yeah. Well, I hope you all will try it. And if you want to, as Karen said, you want to be in the Perform Challenge, do it. We have the post pinned on the Many Champions page where you can participate and then just get started. It's on your honor. I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up tonight. And I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of the direction we're headed. I want to remind you that next week is going to be One Simple Change call. So you want to invite into that. And then the last Monday of November, happy Thanksgiving, by the way, will be in between there, is our customer appreciation, which is going to be all out massive action. So I need you to find your customer stories. We'll probably have time for 4 or 5. So we'd love, and maybe it's one of your distributors that has an outrageous story. So you want to help them if they're going to tell it, and then let myself or Allison, Terry, Jeanette, Karen, Lisa, somebody know, so that we can get we can get these customer stories together. So I appreciate all of you. You truly are champions standing in the gap for others. So keep doing that with more people, more places, and more often. And I'll see you on Facebook, Voxer. We just see each other way more often when we're not in person, but see you there. And then I for sure will see you here next Monday night. Thank you all. Have a great evening. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.